Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel. So earlier this week, Peter McKinnon posted on his 2 Minute Tuesday a vintage photo challenge. Hashtag PM Vintage. So obviously, your boy's gonna take on the challenge. But before we do that, let's get a piece of paper. Alright, we're just getting our piece of paper for that vintage texture. Let me put this here. Actually, I have this sketchbook that I've had for some time now. I'm just gonna rip one up. Put that there. Alright, we got a piece of paper. Next, we need a black background. A black background, like he said, so that we will be able to blend this piece of paper for texture. Let's do it. All right, we got our piece of paper, and now it's time to crumple it to give it that texture for the photo. Let's like really crumple that up. Let's see. Well, not too bad. Maybe a little bit ripped on the side here. Let's try to rip it up. Oops. Okay, that's fine. A little bit rip here too. That'll give us our. Yeah, I think that's good. What do you think? Enough textures for you? Alright, I think that's good. Let's get started. Woo! Alright, so we have placed the paper right down there. I kind of rip it up a little bit more on the downside to make it look like the photo was actually ripped apart. So now we're gonna have this black background. Alright, now we are here in Lightroom. Now let's just quickly crop this up into a square. Exposure, let's tighten that up. Definitely we're gonna get rid of the highlights, dehaze that to get that texture that we want. Let's see, definitely up the texture, maybe drop the clarity a little bit. We are seeing that. Why is it violet though? Oh, right. We're gonna have to drop the saturation here to make it black and white. There you go. So I didn't like take any photos at all. I'm just gonna use whatever I have on my my library. I know I already picked up some pre-selected photos, I would say, that would look like a vintage or feel like a vintage photo already, which is this guy right here. I think this looks good, but we need to I need a copy of this one. Make it to the original state. But I do want to shape this in a way that is the same size as the photo, or the same size as the paper, right? Which is 4:5 ratio. And we want this to look kind of like a guy just like sitting there minding his own thing. Make it smaller a little bit more, get that alignment. You know, he's just like, I'm just sitting here with my paper, and obviously we need to make it look old photo, right? Alright, we just completed the correction of our photo to make it really vintage, really oldie. Now it's time to bring this into Lightroom. Oh, sorry, into Photoshop. All right, now we have in Photoshop. I've already preloaded the paper that we took. I'm just gonna copy that up. Oops. Gonna Control A, copy that. Control V. Yes. And then we just make that a little bit bigger. Then we shrink it down to a size similar to our our photo, right? That looks good. I think we're good there. Hit enter. Change the blending options of the paper into multiply to really see that textury look. Now go to image adjustments, then levels. Let's play around on this a little bit to make it a little bit more visible. Like a crumpled piece of paper. That looks good. There's that rip. Oh, that's that crumple thing. Now I also had downloaded some sort of additional thing that I also want to add here. And then I also have this kind of lens flare, you know, that old camera where there's a when there's like a light leak. I need to blur it out a little bit because yeah, that's why it doesn't look natural, right? There's like there's that line that we don't want. So let's add a filter, a blur. Let's go with Gaussian blur to make it seem more good. There you go. That looks good. Oh, I think it's too much. The lens flare kind of added a little bit of coffee stain. As you can see, there's like a ring here and a little bit of droplets of coffee to make it that, I don't know, additional detail to the old look. So I went ahead and saved that. Let's see our Lightroom, how it looks like. You know what that looks like. That looks good to me. Honestly, that looks good. And let's now export, and that's pretty much it. We got ourselves a old version or an old photo from, you know, from this, well, this to this. Alright, we just completed the edit and we will be posting that on my Instagram account for the before and after. Now, I did really enjoy doing this and I hope that you guys did too. And as per usual, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you find this video helpful, and do comment down below if there is something in particular you would like to see on this channel. Peace!